Hi, Tamara here. Welcome to my channel. I am super excited for today's video because it is a finale on a series that I have been working on for the past couple of months. You know, the previous 4 videos in this series, we ranked, reviewed, and inventoried my entire makeup inventory, everything from concealers to lipsticks. And today I am going to show you exactly how and where I store all of my makeup. So I think it's going to be fun. You know, a couple of things to keep in mind in terms of my makeup inventory goals and my storage goals. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a hot flash. Oh my God. I feel like I'm sweating. Powder me up. Okay. I'm going to be a little glossy today because it suddenly got very warm in here and I cannot turn the air on because it's too noisy. Where was I? A couple of things to keep in mind that really drive my makeup inventory as well as my storage. First of all, my goal of my makeup collection is to have a very highly edited inventory with products that I absolutely love and use on a regular basis. No waste, nothing that I don't absolutely love. And so I really think over these last 4 videos, I have really been able to accomplish that piece. Now it's a matter of putting it all together and storing it so it's easily accessible. What makes that a little bit challenging is I live in a very, very small house. Technically a tiny house. You know, about 3 years ago, I sold my house with the intention of buying a townhouse or a condo. And at the time my house sold, my aunt had this sweet little rental cottage near the lake that was happened to be available. So I slipped in thinking it was going to be for a few months. Well, that was 3 years ago. Okay, and I'm still here. And the reason I'm still here is because I absolutely love it. I'm surrounded by windows. It has beautiful light. I have a view of the lake. I'm surrounded by gorgeous gardens, but it's only 400 square feet, okay? Technically a tiny house. So that presents challenges in terms of storage. It also requires that everything has to be highly edited. I would not go so far as to say I'm a minimalist. But, you know, the tiny house living has been very interesting and very challenging. And I wanted to mention that because it definitely impacts the way I store things. I'm also going to be showing you in this video where I sit and apply my makeup as well as where I do my videoing. So I think that's going to be fun. Okay, I think that was a long enough intro. Let's get right into showing you where and how I store all of my cosmetics. Okay. Let's do it. This is where I sit and do my makeup as well as film. I absolutely love sitting here. I have window boxes just outside this window. And you can see the geraniums sort of peeking up. And then I have my hummingbird feeder and several other bird feeders. Let's see if we can get lucky and have a bird come. I mean, morning and evening, this is a busy bird feeding station. I have lots of orioles coming to that oriole feeder. But of course, not right now. Okay, so that is my makeup station. And right to the left is where I keep all of my makeup. And it is very important to me to not outgrow that storage area because I do live in a tiny house. You can see the light in here is excellent. I mean, I am surrounded by windows. And I love having my makeup just right next to my makeup area because when I sit up on that stool and I open each drawer, I can look down into it and see exactly what I need. Because it's a little bit hard to get at with a camera all tucked away like that, I'm going to move it where I can more easily access it with a camera, and then we will go through each makeup drawer. Okay, so I have moved my makeup storage unit to against my front door just so that it's easier to access with a camera. On the top of my storage area, you can see all of my eyeshadows are visible and accessible, as well as my eyeshadow brushes. I'm not going to go through these in detail because I've done pretty detailed inventories. I have this new e.l.f. bite-sized. This is in the color Rosewater. I have my Naked, I have my Urban Decay Naked 2. Really love that. It's matte and very neutral, cool neutral. My two Too Faced Natural Eyes, which are absolutely gorgeous. My two Too Faced, which are absolutely gorgeous. This is the all matte one, and this is the one that has some shimmers. My Collab Beauty. My Milani Soft and Sultry, which I just bought because they are discontinuing it. Very cool neutral. Ultimate favorite, my Tartelette in Bloom. You can see the pan I've hit on that. I really need to reorder a new one. My Tartelette matte, which I don't use that often. My Flower Beauty Golden Neutrals. Here's just a couple of Anastasia Beverly Hills singles. A new Going Coconuts, love. Blush Crush, love. Everybody knows the beautiful Persona Identity, love. That's the Fame palette. Cool neutral, a little bit plummy, absolutely love it. A couple of my Walking on Eggshells. And I think this one is Sweet as Candy. And a little tiny, I don't know what that is. I also keep my most commonly used powders here. My Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, as well as my Hourglass Mini Blush, as well as my Hourglass Mood Exposure Mini. I use those so frequently that I like to keep them on top. Here I have my eyebrows, CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow, and my Rimmel Brow This Way. In this drawer I have some cream eyeshadows, two Laura Mercier, a Mally, and then a couple of Giorgio Armani's. I have extra eye pencils and some extra lip pencils. This drawer does not open, so there is nothing in that drawer. And then I keep my eyeshadow brushes easily accessible. In this container I have a bunch of IT Cosmetic eyeshadow brushes, which I absolutely love, as well as some Real Techniques eyeshadow brushes. And one of my favorites, the Flower Beauty. And in the middle I have my latest eyeshadow brushes that I just purchased, the BK Beauty Deluxe Eyeshadow Brush Set. I'm in love. If you want to see an eyeshadow brush collection and review of the BK Beauty, let me know and I would be happy to do that. And this one here just has some sort of extra ones that I don't use that often. So I really like to keep my eyeshadow brushes within easy reach of my eyeshadow. Okay. My very top drawer are my concealers and mascara. This e.l.f. concealer brush is amazing. And in this drawer I have my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, which I use for concealer. My Real Techniques setting brush, which I use for setting, as well as my e.l.f. I think this is a blush brush, which I use for setting as well as highlighter. And my very favorite makeup sponge, this is the L'Oreal makeup sponge. I love it. It's my favorite. And I just remove that. And then I have all my foundations. My Physician Formula, the Healthy Mix, my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, CYO, Soap and Glory, as well as a couple of different colors of my L'Oreal Pro Glow. Also in the concealer drawer here, I keep my Lumify eye drops. I put those on every single morning. My Kiehl's Creamy Avocado. Whoops, my hand is shaking. My Kiehl's Creamy Avocado, which I use every time, which I pre-treat my under eyes before I put concealer on. My Pixie Peach Corrector. So that is the concealer and foundation drawer. Right on top, I can see everything. I also have my mascaras here, Voluminous, and my primer. And my concealers is the e.l.f. Camo, Estee Lauder, Naked Skin Corrector, and my Maybelline Fit Me. My Garnier Anti-Dark Circle Rollerball is in my purse. All right, so that is concealer, foundation, and concealer brushes. In the second drawer, you're going to see my blushes, powders, lipsticks. So in this little cubby here, I have all my cream lipsticks, my two Flower Beauty blush bombs, my Wet n Wild, my Milk Makeup bronzer, and I just throw my butter bronzer on top of that. And here is my Hourglass Veil loose mineral powder. This one's almost empty. There's my backup. Love that. As well as my IT Cosmetics CC Your Skin But Better Airbrush Perfecting Powder. This usually lives in my purse. Lots of lipsticks, which you know I'm in love with. My powder blushes over here. Milani Baked Blush, and then my highlighters. My Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, Physician Formula Shimmer Brick, and my Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Over here, I have a couple of brushes tucked away. Real Techniques Fluffy Powder Brush. I use that for bronzer. My Real Techniques Blush Brush. I use that for my baked blushes. And then I have two little Sephora powder brushes that I use for my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush. So that is drawer number 2. And at the very bottom, I have drawer number 3. A magnifying mirror, my Algenist setting spray, my Algenist Pore Anti-Aging Primer, which I don't use very often, as well as Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. These are my Real Techniques brushes that I use for cream, blush, and bronzer. I really like the Expert Face Brush for the cream bronzer. And then I also really like the Real Techniques Contour Brush and the Real Techniques Setting Brush for cream blush. Right here, I have my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, which I use for foundation. And then I have my IT CC Cream and my Elta, which you know I mix together very often. And then in the back I have my, what I clean my brushes with, some extra powder brushes. I love this Eco Tools blush brush. I use that for powder as well. So that is my bottom drawer. Mostly makeup brushes, sunscreen, my IT CC cream. This is empty. I just use that to keep the drawer sort of separated and to keep things upright. So that is my makeup storage. eyeshadow, some drawers with eye pencils, lip pencils, eyeshadow brushes, concealer, concealer brushes, sponges, foundation, Lumify eye drops, color products, powder blush, cream blush, lots of lipsticks, highlighters, and a few blush. I like to keep the brushes next to the cosmetics where I use them. So that's why I keep those powder blush and bronzer and powder brushes in that drawer. And that is why I keep my eyeshadow brushes up with my eyeshadows. Okay. And then again, the bottom drawer is simply sunscreen, It's CC cream, which I really use as a tint for my sunscreen, as well as some extra brushes that I use for cream products and or foundation application. Okay, so my makeup storage area is put back in its rightful spot. And I'm just going to show you one more shot of where I put my makeup on and how my storage area fits in. And one more view of my garden and my filming area. And we will wrap this up. Okay, well, we did it. I feel really good about my makeup inventory and how I have it stored and where I have it stored. And it just makes it so easy to sit down and have fun with my makeup. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, once again, give it a like, subscribe and join our community. And with that being said, let's wrap this up. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a wonderful day, and I super hope to see you in my next video next Sunday. Thank you. Bye.